When the elephant dude says that Rangiko's a blonde.
Oh, yeah.
That set me off. I was like, wait.
I've heard that before.
Warning, this Bleach podcast features mini spoilers from the upcoming anime arc 1,000 Year Blood War. So if you've not read the manga or you do not want to hear spoilers for the upcoming arc, viewer discretion is advised. What is up? Welcome to Bleach Boys number 23. We're back. We're doing 6 episodes this time. We get all through the fights of Baragon's Fracciones.
Finally.
Which, thank fucking God. And that ends on episode 223. So we watch all the way through 223. Spoiler alert, Baragon rises right at the end, and we don't get to see that.
Wow.
So let me ask you guys, what
got
did
off
you guys
his
think
chair.
of all the fights? What did you guys...
There was one that stood out.
We get Izuru. We get his. And his does not last very long. Then we get...
it was surprisingly short.
Yes.
I thought they were going to do the episode and a half.
Yeah, I kind of thought that's what I was going to go for as well for everybody, but then we get Shuhei, which was, I think, only an episode as well.
Yeah,
and then
one episode.
I don't know if you would call it the Ikkaku fight or the
We get the
Komamura
first
fight.
Oh, God.
And then we get suckered with, it felt like 3 episodes of fucking Soifon and her lieutenant fighting
it's
a
just
regular
not...
Ronkars.
It was really cool how they did this like juxtaposition of a good fight and an absolute awful kill me now fight.
It's like you guys said earlier. They wasted all the budget on the good fight.
Yeah.
So if you didn't see our last episode, we were very negative on these
4
fights.
pillars.
Very, very, like, I could remember like PTSD flashbacks coming back to me.
Yeah.
I remember I did not like these fights.
Yep.
The Izuru fight, remembered correctly. Fucking hated that fight. Thought it was garbage. The fight was not interesting at all.
I remember Wabisuke being like 10 times thicker and like all this other shit.
The
just
thing
like,
was that Danny loved Wabisuke.
But
Yeah.
I think I talked about this in an earlier episode because Wabisuke makes an appearance in the Mount arc as well because he's
that's
one of the
right.
few that have shown his Shikai
And
from
what
the
it does.
first arc.
Yeah.
And
Reuse
like
that.
we were talking about, it's just overpowered.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
the power by itself is very strong.
So
very,
is
very,
Izuru.
very strong.
Apparently he can strike people 3 times
Yeah.
in a literal millisecond.
Yep.
I was so mad when we were watching that. I was like, how?
It's
So,
insane.
if you guys don't remember how the fight ends on that one, the bird is just kind of floating there, and he's like, oh. And the bird goes in for some close attack. He's like, oh,
Yeah.
I just lured you in.
Yeah.
And then he's like, what? And then we see that somehow in
He's
the
like,
moment
I've struck you 4 times.
where the bird came down,
Full 360.
Izuru
Wait.
very quickly slash.
Wait.
It was just,
I've struck you 4 times already.
it was just,
But I had a full conversation right after being hit.
it's just impossible. It is impossible that
stupid.
happened. And he didn't feel the slashes at all.
Well, it wasn't just that. Remember, Izuru's talking to him face to face.
Yeah.
But he's like, "I hit you from behind,"
Yeah.
and then he comes back and then gets hit by the same shit. Like, nah.
And you know,
That's when I think he does it the second time, where he does the
Yeah.
the front slash, and then he also hits him in the back. And it's
Yeah.
like,
because you know
oh.
his flash step is just that good.
Yeah, it was just like, and the bird guy, like we were talking about, his design was probably the least cool out of all of them.
I think just the
100%.
eagle head was probably
I-
not,
well, it
not
was
the
gross.
coolest
Second
part.
to worst one due to the elephant guy.
Yeah.
Coming
I
down
don't
that
even
big.
hate the elephant guy. I liked him 10 times better than the eagle dude.
But like the bird guy, he just shot feathers. That's all he did.
Yeah.
It's all he ever did.
didn't
He
even
grew
do a
more
Sarah.
more wings.
He just like constantly is like, oh, you're in a building.
But oh no, he did the nipple rub.
Oh,
extremely.
yeah.
And
That's when he grew the more feathers,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
It was just fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, he could have been cool if maybe I think the original head design he was wearing was better than the eagle one.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think his regular form was better than the release, but
Yeah.
that fight was trash.
Yeah.
It was real trash.
Yeah,
And
they
we
didn't-
got to the execution part that we were talking about in last episode.
It was
which
very
infuriating.
controversial
I
in this
still
group.
think it's garbage.
But we got a great mystery edition because Matthew came
Yep.
home just
Oh,
to see
yes, he
that.
did.
Yeah.
And even he was like, wow, what the fuck? Who said it was a Hitler squad
yeah,
thing?
yeah, because it was fucked up. Like,
Yeah, I'm not going to deny it was fucked up, but
like,
it was
isn't there
cool.
like a rule of war? Like, if you surrender, you're not supposed to kill him. Like, what's that?
It was a total bitch move. It seemed... Okay,
All
I
fair
gotta,
is love and war.
I gotta say that was like totally out of character for the guy, though.
For Izuru?
No. Izuru, I
Okay.
don't give a fuck about. This other dude, like, based on the 2.5 episodes I had to
Oh,
deal
because
with
he was
him,
such a dude, I'll fuck you
But
up.
it could have
Warriors
been like,
fight.
like that could have been a little bit of like, yeah, he acts tough, but like,
Deep
That's
down, he's
fair.
a softy on the
But-
inside.
like, I always gotta be reminded by the fact that like all Arankar are fucking bloodthirsty pieces of shit that have eaten everybody around them.
but they're not. They're
they're
not all.
not.
They're not all. It's
Now-
like,
Yeah.
you find out a lot of the Iran cars, like, and I think they do kind of a good job. Like, yeah, I would say specifically with Hollyball, Hollybells,
Hollybell is how they pronounce
Master
it.
Halle
We're
Bell.
watching this in dubbed, so that's how they pronounce Hollybell. her fracciones, they have a lot of personality.
Yeah,
they're
they're all funny
lot.
as hell.
And like they're likable. I was laughing. That was good. Same thing with the elephant guy. He was quite funny.
And speaking of dubbed, I've gone on a tangent, and I think everyone's gonna get tired of me saying, "Is that the voice for Gohan's fucking dub?"
Yeah.
But I think they did. What's his fake? Omaida.
Someone did comment very early on that at one point they do use the same guy for like a bajillion.
For, like,
voices.
yeah.
Probably the Gohan guy, but
Yeah.
it's. I think who's the vice captain for Soifan?
I think you know that. I think his name's Omaida.
It's Omaida versus the mammoth dude, and I think it's the same voice actor, just
For
one's
both of
making
them?
fun of the other voice.
He's running across.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
Yeah, so I mean, fuck. And before we go into the best fight of the whole fucking fights that we watch, you do find out that I guess why Yumichika's sword doesn't go full release is because
he mispronounces it.
well, he uses its least favorite color or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Like his sword apparently loves sapphire, hates lavender.
Yeah, so he calls
weird.
it by.
Yeah, it was like, what the fuck?
He
Like,
calls
what-
it Fuji Kujaku, right?
Like, why are we even hearing this? It was just like, okay, cool, I get it.
He's such an aesthetic person. I love it.
And then what else did I write? Squad 3 symbol is the marigold, which signifies despair.
Despair?
Which we were memeing on for the rest of the time watching that.
Josh belongs in that
Anytime someone was emo, it should have been Squad 3. That guy
Yeah,
should
it
have
was
been Squad
just
3.
like fucking Izuru was like, "Hey, did you know that the Despair Squad's my squad?" It's like, wow, we shat on that squad so
Like,
quick.
how do you not
would've
feel
known,
bad
dude?
having that
Who
come out of your
would've
mouth?
known?
No, it's stupid.
Like, if those words
Even-
left my mouth, I'd be like, ugh.
Yeah,
I've been
even
like, yikes, dude.
fucking Hawk dude was like, "That's dumb."
Yeah,
what the
yeah.
fuck?
And then he
But-
got beheaded.
Yeah.
But like they say that, and then we just remind her like, okay, so who takes over after Geen leaves? And then
Yeah.
we remember Geen was there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Geen's like happy-go-lucky, like, yeah, we're cool.
He was trying to change it
I
for
don't
the
think
better.
he was like ever despair as a
But I-
character
No,
trait.
yeah.
I don't
I
think he
feel
ever was.
The argument could be that he caused the most amount of despair.
I mean,
Yeah.
that is very
Interesting.
true.
I'm the
yeah.
comment section now.
Interesting.
Welcome.
But I would argue against that Tozen caused way more despair.
Oh yeah, he
Um,
hurt Shuhei.
Shuhei seemed like he still had fond memories.
So like we were talking last episode, right? Izuru got fucked over way more by Gen
Like
leaving.
psychologically.
Way
Yeah,
more.
it's like, yeah.
But Tozen like leaving is still it's like kind of fucked up, but I feel like he leaves a bigger hole. Like, you know,
I feel like
yeah,
it's like,
I mean,
Dad, why? And
Yeah.
versus like,
Papa?
oh my God, my brother. Why would you do this to me?
so yeah, it's interesting. That's a good point. And then we also find out that Wabisuke, according to the dubbed voice of Izuru, means to apologize.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah,
Sure,
which I was
whatever.
like, all right, we'll take it.
But then we move on to the best animated, best choreographed fight
It
out of
literally
nowhere.
felt like they took the budget for the entire part that we watched
Yeah.
and just
Yeah.
yeeted it into
Like,
this.
listen, we have 4 fights we're gonna need to animate. There's 4 different pillars. We can only do one really well, so
Yeah.
you guys are gonna have to pick. And they're
Who haven't we seen enough of?
like, clearly we're gonna pick the cool guy with the 69 on his cheek.
Yup.
100%. The
Oh.
double scythe. We're gonna pick that
But
guy.
how badass is he? That the minute he releases, everyone's like, oh,
Dude,
hello.
that fight was so good.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
It was dumb. Because you get a kind of cool. I like the Fraccione. He was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
like, great
quirky
mask,
and stuff,
he's like,
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
it was a
stronger
great
now.
Up
fight
until
all
he had
around.
the
Great fight all around.
pinchy
I
arm.
even thought the pinchy arm was cool. My only complaint with the pinchy arm design,
With the string,
why does
right?
it have the wire? Because that's obviously a weak point.
maybe
too
he's
heavy.
maybe he's pulling it like from under here.
Like, if
and it's
that's
causing
the
it to
case,
open
that's
and
so
shut.
obviously the weak point. Like, just cut the wire.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know, but you know,
They didn't even
Tite
animate it
Kubo.
to do anything.
Yeah.
And they had the budget for that one.
Yeah, but holy shit, that fight was good. That
Yeah,
fight was
yeah.
so good.
Like Jose said, he releases his Shikai and all the captains go like, "Oh fuck, this
what?
happening?"
Yeah.
What? Oh my
Izuru
God.
Was like, damn,
He's
it happening?
all of them like look over their shoulder and just like,
But
ooh.
I like what he says. He's like,
Ooh.
I don't like the way it looks. It looks like it's death or something.
It's a like a scythe.
It's
ready
a
to kill
double-sided
or
scythe, but just.
made to slay people or
Yeah.
something like that. It's so dope.
But the way he fights with it is sick because it's constantly spinning and he's throwing it.
Yeah, that was sick. That was sick. Which it kind of ruins Omaida's fight. 'Cause
Yeah.
he also kind of spins shit, but he's just so much worse.
There was 2 people in this segment we watched that have shittier versions of somebody else's.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Omaida's and Shuei's, and then we said Rangiku, who had maybe 2 minutes.
Yes.
Versus Zenbone Sakura.
Oh, we'll
Yeah.
get to her in a minute,
She
man.
was
We'll
way
get to
worse.
her in a minute.
So after the best fight we've ever seen,
He cuts a Sero.
yeah,
and he
half.
throws it right down the middle.
And cuts a dude's face in half.
we
Yup.
get to Ikkaku's fight, which
Oh.
what a bore! What
yeah,
a bore!
I'm glad though it happened that way because I remember you like, oh, I can't stand. I've seen
Yeah.
Ikkaku fight too much,
Yeah.
and then we just get handed exactly
Dude,
what
when we
Sam
were
complained
watching
about.
that fight, and I was like, I told you, I was like, I'm suddenly having like deja vu of
Yeah,
how this
yeah.
fight ends. Like I remember, like in my mind, all of a sudden how this ends.
Which is weird because you've had such shit brain
Yeah,
for
I
some
know.
other.
I was just sitting there, it's like it all just came back. It's like, oh.
Yeah.
It's like I get it, because Ikkaku fucking fails his mission. Like
Yeah.
what a
Out
bastard.
of pride, though.
Yeah, but who cares? He still failed it.
No, like I get it. I mean, Tetsuzaemon is
Yeah.
clearly he's there and he yells at him for it. He's like, no, don't be so prideful,
He's a
you idiot.
dumbass.
That's that whole squad. It's 11, right? Is
Yeah,
that
11, squad 11.
Squad 11. Yumichika's like, I would have died rather than showing anyone this because it's my I have to. And
Hey,
then
it's their
Ikkaku's like,
Nindo, man.
It's so stupid.
It's their ninja way.
it is kind of dumb. It's
But to
like-
the point, like Kirktown's coming back. Like they're
Yeah.
like, ooh,
But
you know the whole point we're here.
They do get the whole like, oh, you like, what is it?
I do
complete the mission despite anything.
Yeah.
I do firmly believe, though, there was a moment where Tetsuzaemon is dragging away Ikkaku from the fight. He's like, no, just leave it. You're not going to stand a chance. And Ikkaku wants to go back.
Yeah.
I do firmly believe that he would have gone Bankai
You think
there.
so?
I do think he would have gone Bankai there. He seemed like he was ready to do
I think
it.
if he was
he
at
was
his,
going to go
at his
Bankai,
wits'
but
ends,
then
yeah.
the captain, Komamura, showed up. And then he was like, okay, fine. Like,
Yeah.
I'll leave that to you. I do 100% believe he was going to go Bankai.
Yeah, but
he
he was
should've.
fighting the whale too.
Yeah.
And again, it's gonna be like Josh's corner. Proportions guy needs to be fucking executed on a public
Yeah.
stage. We get Frog Boy and Komamura
Whale.
fighting in different variations the whole fight.
Yeah.
Komamura can grab a whole hand, but in the next scene, his hand is the size of a fucking building.
They try to make that fight really cool, and it's just like there's just something about it's hard to do a good giant versus giant fight because it's just
Everything's slow.
yeah, it's boring. And I
Yeah.
can think of a way that it was done really well, which is the final Naruto versus Sasuke fight.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was done really well, and they were giant. Like
Yeah.
that was great.
You just have projectiles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think maybe that's the way to solve it. It's
And
like
then just remember, do not end it that way.
Yeah.
Because you
Yeah,
always
yeah.
got to go back to
because
one-handed.
it's just it was just uninteresting.
The
I
only
just
cool part was he takes a Sero to the face, and you remember, doesn't he take damage?
I thought so.
Yeah, normally he would. So I guess the Sarah was.
I was
strong.
thinking that exact
Yeah.
thing when I was watching. I was like,
Yeah.
I could have sworn that he also takes the damage that the guy takes, but he was just fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the helmet, and there was like something supposed to be cool because he shows the red eye
Yeah.
from the Susano thing, and he's like, "What?" I thought it was gonna be like, "Oh, are you a hollow
Nah,
too?" or
he's
something.
just like, I bet
No.
I can fit this fist in your mouth.
Yeah, the way everybody was dying, it was Wabisuke fucking like
Yeah, it was
Aggressive,
pulls
yeah.
up, and then Shuhei ups him and cuts a dude's entire torso in half. I thought the way he like grabbed into the Sero, he was gonna pull like the dude's lungs out. It just felt like a natural escalation.
A natural progression, yeah.
And it was like Komamura, like he's a good guy. I don't have anything wrong with his personality, his
Yeah.
character, I guess.
I
He's
think
very,
he's
like,
I think he's got a
Tyson-like.
great character design and everything.
I
They're
just
not
think he
used to the
shafted
fullest.
in the skills
Yeah.
department. I
Yeah.
think he shafted really hard.
He did end it on a captain level. Like he ended in a wrong card quickly.
And like we kind of briefly mentioned, like Tetsuzaemon gave Ikkaku that speech about like not being such a dickhead.
yeah.
And like Komamura does a bro, like, oh, my ears must
Oh,
not be
I
working.
didn't
on
hear
camera."
anything.
Like,
The little-
Yeah, they're working.
like because he doesn't want to get involved, which is like
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
I remember liking that when we saw it the first time. I remember that.
Tetsuzaemon came off really cool though. I
Yeah.
did
Yeah.
like him for that.
Yeah.
But I
He's
still
always
don't know
that guy, though.
So I do have another gripe that we
oof.
get when we were watching, and I bring it up all the time as my gripe. As you guys know, if you watch the show, huge Stark simp. Huge
Yes,
Stark
he is.
simp.
He,
We see the fabled scene that I fucking hate, where he's first gonna go fight Shusuke, Chill Captain, and Ukitake, and he's like, "Yo, I was just hoping we could just pretend fight because I don't really want to do it."
Yeah,
and the guy who always wants to pretend fight
Yeah.
is like, "Oh, I would love that, but like, I
you know-
can't do it this time."
Yeah.
Like,
It's the thing. It's like, oh, my boss is looking over my shoulder today. I
but
kind
it's
of
like the one time someone else offers it, he's like, "Oh, yeah, I can't. Sorry."
In what godly bullshit did they say, let's take the two bullshit broken captains and send it against one Espada?
So first of all, I don't think Ukitake is that broken because I think even
No.
1,000 Year Blood War arc, he ends up doing something else that we
Yeah.
don't really get to
Yeah.
see. But
he can reflect shit though.
yeah,
Which
yeah,
would be
but-
god tier against Stark.
but the wolves, the exploding
the
wolves.
wolves, yeah,
okay,
yeah.
I literally don't know about the wolves, so I just remember Sero.
So, but okay, so yeah, he is a good counter with the reflecting thing. But it annoys me that they use Chill Captain and he just wins with Shikai against Espada #1.
because he's Kyoraku.
he doesn't do Bankai?
No, he doesn't. You don't see Bankai.
Bankai's
until
not the 1,000 Year Blood War
yeah.
arc.
Oh.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Yep.
That way he does. What, does he have like a second thing he does? Because he just does the release.
He just he literally plays with them.
His Shikai has like multiple different versions of a game.
Yeah, he
Like,
plays a game.
Yeah.
Instead of doing the stages of a play like in his Bankai, it's just a game.
They shafted Stark, dude. They shafted him so hard.
I'm with you on the Stark should have lived at the end of that fight.
You don't even see him disappear, right?
No,
like,
he just falls
he
backwards.
falls down to the ground.
We saw my boy fall backwards.
Like Master Hallibell could come back.
Holly Bell, please. Holly Bell. Like
Holly Bell.
Holly Jolly Christmas, okay?
Holly Bell.
Dude, she released her sword. He's dead.
And speaking
No, she pulled her sword out.
Speaking of Holly Bell, by the way, where does Rangiku get off claiming that she could take on 3 Arankars? Where
never
does she
been that
get
good.
off? Where the fuck?
She comes off in the beginning when she does.
I do like what they do with it. They're like, oh, anything I want, I gets cut in there. But it's just like it's just a poor man's Senbon
Where
Sakura
does
almost.
Rangiku get off thinking she's that strong?
if she could have like literally just anywhere in there could have like made swords within the ash, I feel like she could have done it. She had everybody encapsulated. It was like cool. And then they're like, hey, have you heard of like a combined Sero? Because we could just do that real quick.
Yeah, it was just like
It was dumb.
Rangiku has one Shikai we've seen already.
Yeah.
multiple
What
times.
the fuck?
It goes back to your statement a couple podcasts ago. It's like if we've seen their shit, they're done.
Yeah, and it's like that's I
Except
kind
for
of had,
Wabisuke.
Yeah. His is just broken at the start. If you're a physical form, you're fucked by Wabisuke. Like, sorry.
It's so stupid.
But it's like it just goes back to a lot of these fights. It's hard to take them seriously. Like we lead into the last fight we do is the Soifon and the Omaida fight. It's impossible to take it seriously when we know captains have Bankais.
Yeah.
Any fight that they're in is impossible to take seriously when they still have their Bankai.
I fully agree
Unless we
with that.
see them getting their ass completely beat, and then finally last resort is Bankai.
I'm just like out of the fight instantly. Like same thing with all of these 4 pillar fights. For over half of the fight for all of them, they didn't use their Shikai.
Yup.
Yeah.
They saved it, and it's like, oh, well, this whole fight, like, basically, to me, this whole first half of the fight is just filler then.
But see, the only one that deserved to get that was Shuhei.
Yep.
He was the only one that could have
Because
been
he
like
rarely uses
fuck
it.
around for
Because
that.
we've never seen him use his Yumichika as well. They were both off camera, but, like, the whole, like, Izuru, like, not using his fucking Shikai right at the start, like, why?
I like
Why?
that. I wonder because they did kind of use Hados.
Same thing with Omaida. He
Yeah.
got his destroyed by Ichigo. Just fucking whip it out at that point.
He got his
He
destroyed by Ichigo.
again.
Yeah.
Not only that, he gets stabbed.
The fucking broken. No, he wouldn't. I wouldn't even say broken. 'Cause that the Rankar got fucked pretty easily.
Yeah.
That was what was bullshit too. Speaking of people that didn't use Bankai, I'm just thinking like, wow, was Soifon really gonna bring up Bazooka?
They baited me hard on that one
Yeah.
because, like, I was watching the fight the whole time, and I was like, this is really not a good showing for Soifon.
Yeah,
like,
she was getting her
it's
ass
a
handed.
horrible showing.
Even
for,
Omaida was like,
which
I
like,
gotta go protect
what
her.
does Omaida think of his captain?
Does he
if
think
he's
that she's
like,
that weak?
If he's like, oh, he has the advantage. Like, what's happening?
Constantly, he was like that to the point where
Yeah.
he had to come in and save her.
Like, surely, like, you find out at the end, of course, she's like, oh, I was just letting him attack me. I want to see how strong he
But
really
even
was.
he said like, oh, she's probably.
I did
No,
love the
she
fact
wouldn't
that
have-
she ended him though. Like she was just like, all right,
Yeah, but it was just like,
I didn't.
she's either faking the whole fight, which is cool,
Which she did.
whatever, which once again goes back to it's just a fucking waste of time that I just
Yeah.
watched that whole fight. Or like, what the fuck is Omaida? Like, how does he not know how strong his own captain is? Like, how can
because
he
he's
not?
stuffing his face half
How
the
can
time.
he not tell? Like, oh yeah, she's obviously faking because she wouldn't lose to something like that.
Omaida's next fucking Aizen. They don't care about each other. But I hated his fight. I wanted every time I saw it, I wanted to
His
end.
could have been a 1 episode
I
fight.
don't find that shit funny anymore.
I thought it was funny.
The banter, yes, but not
there
the
was
whole
a couple of
execution
times
of
we were
it. It's like,
laughing.
yeah.
There were laughs to be had. It's just the whole fight. in
but it
general
went
was
on
a
way
waste.
too long.
It did.
My thing, when the elephant dude says that Rangiko's a blonde,
Oh yeah,
that set me off. I was
What?
like, wait.
I've heard that before.
So
it's like-
we pulled it up when we were
I
watching it.
looked it
Jose
up.
grabbed it. It's a volume cover that she's shown to be a blonde.
Vort
Yeah.
46, right?
Yeah.
47.
So they apparently off of the one cover, they just immediately she's blonde. But in the anime, for some reason,
46.
she's
Orange.
She's so clearly orange, and I guess you mentioned it when we were watching it, and I was looking it up as well. She's technically strawberry blonde.
Which I would be okay with, but they don't even refer to her as that.
Yeah.
But the
but
cover itself, she's blonde.
She has the same color as Ichigo.
Yes,
Yeah,
100%.
yes, I completely agree.
100%.
Yeah.
Ichigo's not blonde.
Ichigo's just what do they call?
He's strawberry head.
strawberry head.
Yeah.
Strawberry blonde. Oh, see.
Watermelon sugar.
Hi.
So,
Good shit.
But
Oh
yeah,
my
like
God.
what the fuck? Like why did they make her hair orange?
That was the razzle dazzle.
I don't know.
Like they don't have a lot of people with blonde hair in the show, so why couldn't she just be blonde? Like
I mean,
That's a good point.
Maybe they're like, oh, they're
yeah,
gonna
who
relate to Izuru. You know,
who
he's
is
blonde.
blonde?
Izuru.
Izuru,
Rose.
tiny visor chick also that I can't remember. her
Hiyori.
name. Yeah, Hiyori.
They're white haired. Yeah.
Shinji.
Oh yeah. What the fuck?
So really, the visors are really heavy on the blonde.
Oh,
on
Because
blonde.
they just
yeah.
didn't want to ruin it, so they
Yeah.
pre-gamed.
They're clashing the colors. You know how it's constant black.
Oh,
But yeah, that blew me away. Like
When he said that, I was like, am I losing it? She's got reddish hair. I'm confused.
we all like kind of like Jose went immediately
I
into
was
search
like,
mode.
no.
Like, nah.
No.
I did kind of like the part though, like towards the end of the Soifan and the Maida fight, where Soifan was like, "Oh," which she was explaining the way of her squad, just like Squad 3. Where she's like, "Yeah, listen, one of us dies, just use that as an opportunity to attack
Yeah.
us."
Sam would totally
That's a
use that.
Sam hack.
Dude,
Yeah,
I heard that. I was
Sam
like,
would use that.
Man, maybe I'm Squad 2.
We did get an explanation for like everybody's squad. We got
Yeah.
the Marigold. We got the you can't fight. We're only a physical fighters.
Yes.
For
11,
shit,
yes.
for 11. And then Shuhei is like, if you're not afraid of your sword, then you
Yeah.
shouldn't use
I
it.
thought that was actually kind of cool. It's like,
dude, he god tier. That
God
was
tier.
like every time I think about. We were getting to points where the fights were boring. I'm like, let's just rewatch the Shuhei fight.
That explains why
yeah.
he gets his own novel, dog. That fight
Yep.
was bomb.
It was so
That
good.
fight was fucking bomb. So at the end, okay, which I'm gonna call bullshit on this. Well, Soifan has the attack twice in the same spot.
but she mentions,
And-
oh, I didn't go for the outside.
Omaida is even like, oh, you didn't hit the same spot twice. Like it works like
Yeah.
that. And she's like, oh, I purposely aimed for his kidney or something,
Yeah,
or his
his lung.
lung.
So
and
she
I hit
poked through his chest,
Yes.
which he also became 4 feet wide and 4 feet deep.
Yes.
Which he was like the coolest Arankar.
We didn't even mention the guy that Soifan was fighting. We were all like, damn,
That's a cool look. I like the
damn.
look.
Like that's the one. Like
See,
that
okay.
guy was
Oh,
fire.
No,
Yeah.
now hear me out. What if Grimjo got that look?
Hey, I think
That-
that's a better look than Grimjo's release form. I honestly think so.
I agree. I feel like they just kind of started fleshing out better characters
Yeah.
after, like, oh.
I mean,
we did
Kubo
this.
probably was like, oh, you know what?
Grimjo's release form was like too far into the
the Panther.
Yeah, like
more
that was
animal-
too
but
far.
I get it though. It's a representation of his inner self, which is very animalistic.
This one was like the
Yeah.
perfect amount for me, where it's like, damn, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, he had dope like everything, and it's getting kind of annoying to me. I don't know if you guys notice it, but like every time somebody has a matchup, they're like mirrors of themselves.
yeah, that tends to happen.
Dude,
though.
I was thinking the whole time. Good thing you brought this up. I was thinking the whole time it would have taken Soifan 2 seconds to kill the whale or to kill the elephant guy.
Yeah.
2 seconds.
I was thinking that too.
She could have just hopped over really quick and did that shit and just called it a day. Like,
no, but we
no.
have to bring Komamura in just because. Oh, and they say his name weird in the dub too. It's Komamaru or
well,
something.
I wasn't talking about the whale guy, the elephant guy, the guy that Omaida was
yeah,
fighting. Yes, yes.
Okay, you done?
Yeah, it would have taken her 2 seconds in the vicinity of that.
Yeah.
Do you think that her lieutenant could have killed him a lot faster if he was just using speed the whole time? Because I mean, he threw him
I
off.
don't know. It's hard to guess because like he did have like clearly his attacks were powerful enough to hurt the guy.
Like,
Like
he
he
knocked
knocked
him
him
out
out
the first time.
Yeah, but it's like he never finished him, and it's hard
Yeah.
to tell how strong he really is because he had moments where like he did flash step behind the
Yeah.
guy and things
Yeah.
like that.
And he was like, "What?"
Legit,
But
though?
the elephant guy, when he released his form, was like, "Oh, I get so much slower when I'm in this form, but I'll still be fast enough to get you."
Yeah.
So it's like against someone like Soifan, he would just be done.
And he just has a
instantly,
snake.
yeah.
Yeah.
But let's just remember that the most damage done to that Arankar was literally Soifan getting punched
Punched
into him.
Yep.
Yeah.
The fucking
That's
tiger
how his
dude.
touch
that,
is
and it
so-
wasn't until he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna use this," and then slam it down.
Yeah, it's so fucking stupid.
Yeah. That was like his was really a waste. Like it was just like he wasn't even a threat.
Let's
like
get the worst Arankar and
Yeah.
then the worst vice captain in existence.
yeah, it was
Momo?
just it was hard to
Wait, is she vice? I thought she was like
a vice
third
captain.
seed.
She's Aizen's vice captain.
Yep, that's true.
What does she do again? What is her power?
She shoots balls, right? She goes like
Yeah.
and she like throws it with her sword like
You know, like Palutena with the.
I think that's how that works. It's
Are you
I don't
sure
remember.
it's-
She shows up
Is
again.
it like an anal bead thing?
I don't
What?
know.
No.
It's like a spike thing. Like it comes up and there's like spikes
Yeah.
coming off of it or like little I don't know how to
I can't
explain
You know what
it.
it
remember
reminds me
this.
of? Like a lacrosse thing, or one. No, is it
Oh,
lacrosse?
it's-
Like, where
no,
you,
it's
like,
a-
the foosh.
No, that's not it.
Oh.
It's a straight sword, and I'm pretty sure it has stuff going off it, like L's coming off of the sword. Like,
Oh, I know which one you're talking about
yeah,
now.
I'm pretty sure that's her sword.
But what does it do? It shoots
I
balls?
think she shoots balls off of it. Like,
Well, you got Hados.
I don't remember. Who cares?
Also, there's a lot of cool ketos that are brought up.
Yes, yes, yes.
Shuhei brings out these fucking like pillars that are like
Those were cool.
prisms.
Which once again, Shuhei had the best ones because his
used them
fight was very
twice,
long.
too.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yep.
That's exactly what I'm
Oh,
It
talking
looks like a
yeah.
tree branch
Yeah.
almost.
Yes, that's a good way to explain it.
And then they use like stuff we never see again.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Shuhei does his
Well, you
twice.
think about like both
okay,
Hado and Bakugo's. There's like what
Bakudo.
100 of both. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
they're-
But I
Wait,
gotta
are they
say,
different?
I think so.
I
Oh.
think yeah, they're different because I like how Shuhei like releases the thing and it's
Oh.
explosives and then hits him with that.
Yeah,
like,
but what was that? Was that just firecrackers? Like
It
what
was
the
firecrackers.
fuck?
It was a distraction. Get him! Ah, get
Instead of
me!
pocket sand, he
Yeah.
upgraded that shit.
Yeah.
It's
He's
like the guy was just like, oh.
I didn't remember that at all, so I
Yep.
saw him release it. I'm like, is that how he releases
But
his
you start
Shikai?
hearing the little crackling.
One of you would have was like, oh, I forgot he used that. And it was
I
just
think it was me.
firecrackers.
Yeah.
It was just
Get him!
yeah, it's like,
That's my
okay.
favorite shit. I thought he was gonna go Piccolo. It's like, oh, these were weights on my arm.
Yeah.
Shed.
And he's just jacked.
And then we never get to see his Shikai again.
Yeah, I was just like, what?
And then Soifan uses a fucking triangle fang thing that locks
Yeah.
the guy in,
Yeah.
and then he even's like, hey, you could have literally killed me.
That was
Yeah,
a great
yeah.
part.
I was
Yeah.
like,
He was like, "Yeah, you're supposed to be the assassinate or the stealth squad. You could have just literally taken me out. Like,
Yeah.
don't explain your power and take me out. What are you doing?"
Yeah, because she's
An
like, this is
insult.
what
She's
I'm supposed to
insulting
do.
him. She's
Yeah.
like, spit on you.
Yeah, that's when Omaida should have been like, oh,
It is
she's
kind of
playing.
dumb how like some Ronkars / Soul Reapers they respect the speech thing and then others
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah.
So like it's hard to tell like if something is instantaneous and we're getting a cool transformation or if it's like they're both watching the cool transformation. Like an example is when Komamura was fighting the whale guy, his guy slowly crawls out of the ground, the armor guy. He's like,
Yeah.
Bankai, slow crawl out of the
Hey,
ground.
just give
You
me a
would think,
second.
no.
Yeah, why didn't the whale guy just go bam and just like fucking take him out or shove him back into the ground? No, we're not doing that.
It's an honor thing. You know, he's
But
fight
then it's like there's
one-on-one.
other times where it's like they're doing like a release or like they're doing the thing and they just go smack. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, okay. So
Which
I feel like that's something we do in D&D.
yeah,
No, he's getting ready. No.
yeah. Well, I didn't know why you wait. Like, what's going on?
yeah, no, you got my player mindset in there. That's just not how this works.
So I don't think we really get to see much of anything else. The other thing that as we were watching, that we were all like, "What the fuck?" is the Captain Yamamoto, his lieutenant, just disappears.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
he's
yeah.
gone.
Josh pointed it
Disappears.
out. He's like, "Where the fuck is he?"
He was there when they did the intro.
So I do know where he is. I know where he goes,
Oh.
but he doesn't like because we were talking about with our 1,000-year Blood War arc knowledge, and I talked about it in the comments of the last episode as well. Is that he comes off like past tense of being really OP and cool.
Yeah.
Yup.
So it's weird that we never see him do anything,
Yeah.
and he doesn't ever get any love.
Yeah.
So it's weird that they go to fight and he's like later.
And he
like-
doesn't even say
He'd be
anything.
so
he just
badass
wrote,
though. Can you imagine?
He probably was like, "Oh, Shuhei is releasing his
Yeah.
Shikai.
I don't
Well,
need
can
to
just
step
go
in,
home
yeah.
now."
Maybe he was like gonna go help out Ikkaku, but then Komamura got there first, and he's like, fuck.
There was,
well,
did you see that they just what's Yumichika runs and then they throw a little spitball
yes,
at him?
Yeah.
yes.
And they're like, "Don't worry, I used this." It's like, was I supposed to remember what that was?
and they kind of shit on him too. where
Yeah,
they're-
they do.
They're like, he's just a fourth seat. What is
He's
he
a
doing?
fifth
Or something.
seat.
They're like
Fifth
a
seat.
fifth
He's
seat.
fifth seat. Who the fuck is
yeah, we don't give a
who's
fuck.
fourth seat?
Four seats
It
ass.
can't possibly be Maki Maki, can it?
I think it's. Oh, it might be
It
Maki
can't
Maki.
possibly be
Which
Maki
one's
Maki.
Maki?
Maki Maki is the dude with the slick back hair and the mustache.
Yeah, yeah.
The one that Yoshiro makes fun of all the time.
That's the only name brand character I can think in that
I don't
squad.
even know who that is.
I thought Yumichika was a fourth seat the whole time, and Ikkaku
I
was
do think
third.
they said fifth though. I do think
Yeah,
they said
I heard it
he's
say
fifth.
fifth
Yeah.
in the dub.
Wow.
Yeah, but they
No
kind of shit on
respect.
him.
Yeah, no
which
respect.
is bullshit because he's just as strong as they are. But whatever.
You know, because he has a
Yeah.
keto-based Zanpakutō, you know.
Like that, I'm just saying. In a fight, Izuru versus Yumichika, Izuru's done.
Yeah.
Like
he's
assuming
gone.
he goes Shikai, like full Shikai.
Oh, whoa, no. Izuru's got that fucking do, shoo, 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 and I can do a Hado real quick.
I think that's part of the Hado.
To have your sword float in air?
He
I
did
was
that.
like,
Cool.
wait, his Shikai release is different? I thought it went like, no.
That was the first
but once
time.
he gets stuck in the bondage straps, he's done. You
Yep,
know?
yep,
Like,
yep.
what's he gonna do?
He didn't even kill the guy. He had a conversation with him after.
He was already dying.
But he sucked away all of his energy, and it was over.
And Yumichika was still floating around with the thing out, and then he's
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm going to just hold this random leaf petal.
He's like,
that
wait,
I had."
let me taste
It
your
was pretty
power.
cool.
I thought that was cool.
pretty
He's
good.
like,
I'm
yeah.
not saying it was not cool.
Yeah.
It's just, it was very flagrant and very out there. I don't get it.
Anyways,
Yeah.
regardless, I'm happy to be done with the fight of the four pillars. That's done. We're out of there.
Or in the
Thank
captain
God
fights.
they didn't do 2 episodes per fight. We about had a heart attack when we
Yeah.
were talking about that. Baragon is officially entering the scene. I imagine we're gonna go to Matsumoto next and see her dumb fight.
Yeah. She just gets wrecked.
Yes.
Pretty much.
Who joins in that fight? Because it's the 3 people. They all join together and make the big boy.
Yeah, which is
Yeah.
cool.
I thought that was cool. Yeah.
And then Yamamoto has to come and kill him. But I don't remember who gets in the fight. Is it just every one of those guys that was in the 4 pillars?
Yamamoto kills him later on, right?
I don't remember. You guys asking the guy with the worst memory, so I have no idea.
Right.
When we start watching it all come back to
Every single time we're like,
I just
whoa.
gotta see a couple of scenes, and it's like, whoa.
Yeah.
It's like, it's coming back. But, we're getting there. And as I told you guys, when I was trying to figure out what episode we left off on, I think 4 episodes from now, we're going straight back into fillers.
That hurt.
Yeah.
So one of those is a swimsuit beach episode.
Excuse
me? Yeah, that will be coming up. So that will probably be next Bleach Boys. We'll be talking about the beach episode.
Should we wear our bleach out?
I don't know.
Our beach outfit.
It'll be Beach Boys.
The Beach Boys.
Or bring your instrument you want to be
don't
from
sue
the.
So is Baragon going to be a part of that too?
No.
So we're going to have a Baragon scene. No,
I don't think we even see the Baragon.
No, I don't think we're gonna get anything from Baragon.
Yeah, how is this supposed to, like, what's the next set of scenes? Is it's going to be Visored show up, which they showed up about 10, 15 episodes ago, but now they're showing up for reals.
Yes. Well, no, the Visor showed up to leave 10, 15 episodes ago.
It just takes them a really long time to get
now,
there. You know
like, now they got to walk.
No, you got to have the
there,
dramatic entrance. You see all your buddies getting their asses
They
beat.
know there's
Proportion guys kept dicking it
They
too
know
bad.
there's a war going on, but they're still just going to leisurely walk, It's like when you get a fast pass in Disneyland.
Yeah, exactly.
and
You walk in front of everybody
some of
else.
us fast walk, and the rest of you will just slowly walk.
Some of us have very painful shins at that point.
Cue Shinji's music.
Yeah, we do know.
Yeah.
They had some good music too.
Oh, yeah.
I
The
like
music in Bleach is fire.
It is.
It's
I
like
love
all
the
way
music
through.
throughout.
It's good. You know when somebody's about to fucking die when they're like the techno.
Yeah, I like the little organ one that ding 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 ding.
I just like when they start doing the chanting.
Yeah.
I like
And
I
the
love that.
Espadas have really good music too.
Yeah,
it's
it's
all that
fire.
like Spanish guitar.
They really hyped up Hallibell or whatever you want to call it.
Hallibell.
Hallibell.
Because like her doing, she has such a cool fucking. That's how I want women empowerment right there. Just fucking flip out.
Yeah,
swords
right. She
and
does
just-
that. And please no censoring.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
But you could tell
Over
she's.
boob okay, under boob not okay.
Yeah,
What?
they clearly
Have
stated
you
that
not
under boob is the top boob, the best boob.
But like Rangiku's gigantic ass cleavage is like
Well,
out.
and so did Hollybell's Fractionist. She's just like the
Well,
gladiator
the
chick.
gladiator chick.
But there was a great end scene thing where it was.
I mean, Yoroichi practically naked.
True.
Oh god. But they were like, Master Hallibell is gonna fucking romp that guy because her big boobs are big enough to like crush him, and she's like, those aren't big enough. I crush them every day with mine, and it's like, what?
It was Matsumoto and the Fractionist.
Yeah.
it was
What,
so good.
what goes on over there?
But they do paint Hallibell like as owning Hitsugaya because she's just kind of standing there going like this, and Hitsugaya's like full.
She pretty
like,
much does.
swings.
Yeah, she pretty
She
much
was
does.
cool.
Yeah.
She's cool. You can see why she went on to be pretty
Fan
fucking
favorite.
cool.
Whoa!
So-
I don't think she runs Hueco Mundo. That's a
Okay,
Okira.
please
Okay,
don't
come
start.
on.
Please
Oh
don't
my
start.
god.
Holy shit.
This guy.
Oh man,
We've just crossed 2 podcasts.
it's so fucking good.
Google, for anybody who wants to be on the know on that joke, Google Ulquiorra Fracciones, and you'll be quite
There is
surprised
none.
on that one. You would be wrong on that one, Jose, because check the wiki. Check the wiki.
If you thought the people in the GME market were fucking influential, just
Let me just, but Google will autocomplete that for you, so don't even worry about it.
God.
We're going to leave you with that knowledge. Go check out Ulquiorra's Fracciones. You'll be in for a treat. Got a whole backstory and everything. Thanks for watching. That was Bleach Boys number 23. We'll be back next week for another episode where we do 5 or 6 more episodes of Bleach. So be sure to leave a like and subscribe on the video. Let us know if you have any questions or, honestly, who's your favorite make-believe of Fracciones?
You know
and why is it Ulquiorra's?
Yeah, just have them make up their own fracciones.
Jesus Christ.
oh.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the video and the channel. I might have misdone that. And then if you're listening, leave us a
Anywhere
nice
else,
review. You know, say
5
hey.
stars.
Say what's up.
Thumbs
you love
up.
it. We're
Anything.
the only Bleach podcast, so you have to love us. I think so.
Yeah, we
Question
have
mark.
all the adapters for your phones.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.